This first headline here is one of the most classic. All right. Yeah, and let me put it this way. I get asked on a daily basis about a lot of the things that are mentioned in this article, right? Like, hey, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if you were me in this scenario, would you do this kind of thing? And trust me, as much as I would love to tell people, I know, man, and hey, nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be okay. Well, guess what? The North Carolina Pesticide Board announces settlement in Burke case. Oh, did we say a Burke case? How about a metric shitload of cases? A Burke County case was one of the 35 North Carolina Pesticide Board announced settlements for Monday. James Cockrell, a licensed aerial applicator who owns Aerosol Agricultural Aviation in Jonesville, agreed to pay $1,400 for depositing a pesticide within 100 feet of a residence in Conley Springs, according to a release from the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. This settlement was one of 35 the board announced this week. Some others that were announced here: a licensed applicator agreed to pay $600 for use of a pesticide in a manner inconsistent with labeling. The pesticide was applied to an off-label nursery site north of Lenore. Or in this one here, on a golf course, a commercial applicator for a golf course used an improper pesticide or improper use of a pesticide on baseball fields near Vanceboro. The pesticide was agricultural use only. I want everybody to let that stick out in your mind. So for one of the DMs I got the other day, and I'm not going to talk about who the person is because I feel like it's a valid question that people don't oftentimes understand, is they see sticker shock when it comes to a home. I'm joking to death over here. They get sticker shock for a product that is labeled for use in residential lawn care. And in this particular instance, I'll mention, what is it? Oh my goodness. DeMay, what is the new not the newest grub control, but the second newest grub control that's taking over
Celiprin.
imidacloprid? Acelepryn. He was asking
Mhm.
about the difference between the Acelepryn and Ultraset labels, and he wanted to spray Ultraset because it was significantly cheaper um, than Acelepryn was. And here, in this particular instance, right here, we see one gentleman was fined. As you read through this list, you'll see multiple people were fined for doing the exact same thing. I'm not going to go through this, but I would like to turn this over to DeMay here. And DeMay, were there any particular comments in these fines here that stuck out to you? Were there some good ones?
Oh boy, this was a total, just a nice summary of everything that you should not do if you are a licensed pesticide applicator. Let's go through some of my highlights here. Let's see here. In Pitt County, a gentleman, it was a commercial pesticide applicator for, I'm not going to say their name, but they're the largest commercial application company in America. In Greenville, agreed to pay $800 because he failed to renew his pesticide applicator license and continue to apply pesticides. At the time of the investigation, no other employees of the largest lawn care company in America held a valid commercial pesticide applicator license at that location. This gentleman has since renewed his license. So $800 later, but you had a whole location, a whole branch of this one outfit, right? Again, the largest lawn care provider in the country, right? That did not have a license. So that's scary. There was another one here on a golf course where the guy did not allow proper time for, let's see here, $800 for applying a pesticide in a manner inconsistent with the label by allowing golfers to enter the greens at Wilmington Municipal Golf Course before there was enough time for the products to dry. So, first group out, he's trying to get sprayed and everything, and then doesn't hold him back, and now they're out there playing on those greens. I'm sure somebody either called and complained, or there was an inspector out there that day that he got unlucky and got himself in some deep, deep doo-doo. Let's see here. Ooh, here's another one from the largest lawn care provider in America. In Morrisville, agreed to pay $600 because an employee under the supervision of his license operated in a faulty, careless, or negligent manner, by making a pesticide application to the wrong residential address in Raleigh. Oh, oops. Think that's gonna be a callback, Matt?
Yeah. Real quick, can I do this one
Ooh.
here from Wake County because it is so
Oh, yeah, that's a
priceless.
good one. No, this is a good one. This is the highest dollar figure right here.
It
This is your
is, and
true late daily
it,
double.
and we saw instructions on actually how to achieve this on
Yeah.
YouTube. So
Wait for
I
this
learned
one,
it on
Ray.
YouTube, and that was
Wow.
actually my defense when I was in court. Said Richard Cohen, a licensed applicator and owner of Mosquito Joe in Raleigh, he agreed to pay $3,200 for improper disposal of rinsate into a storm drain. Cohen told the inspector that at his instruction, an employee dumped contents of a 100-gallon water container in a storm drain near the business. Sample taken from the drain showed evidence of pesticides, which indicated improper disposal of pesticides. Yikes.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
Listen, nobody's perfect, right, Ray? Nobody is
Mhm.
perfect. We're not perfect. We've made mistakes, whether it be out of, negligence, ignorance, trying to be in a rush, whatever the case might be. But, you know, some of these things are not that. They are pure malice. People that are thumbing their nose at what they know is right and doing wrong as a result. So I don't know. I mean, what would you if you were what you know what they should do, Ray? I think we should get rid of
Mhm.
all fines. I think we should get you to North Carolina for about a week, maybe 2, and I think we do like those one of those boot camp things, those scared straight type of things, and we lock these people up with you for a week at pesticide boot camp, and you can yell and scream and PT these people until they puke. What do you think?
Man, that would be just I don't know. That would be better than me meeting the fried green tomato lady. Seriously. That would be I don't know which would be worse. I don't know which one my heart would give out on first, but seriously, Matt, Ryan, I'm
Mhm.
seeing some of the things that were mentioned in this article, and my only thought is if the willful violations of the label happened in my state, uh, these people would not be paying a little fine to the North Carolina Department of Agriculture. Instead, what these people would be doing is they'd be in federal court with the EPA Pesticides Division because the Hawaii Department of Agriculture will just turn their entire case over to the feds.
And that is where things get real scary when the feds get involved. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, and I will be honest. I have made significant mistakes over the course of
Mm-hmm.
my career. There was one in here where a licensed applicator made the application to a wrong property. I've done that before. And that's a terrible thing. I've had the plant board called on me for being accused of spraying an incorrect herbicide. I was found innocent in that after they
Mm-hmm.
performed soil testing. I've had issues with drift before, where temperature inversion absolutely roasted things, and that was one of the things in here too. The point being is that we should, if there has never been an opportunity to take these things serious, this should be a stark reminder that what we do is incredibly serious. And we talk about our mistakes, and we talk about articles like this to remind you of the seriousness and the responsibility that goes along with being a licensed applicator. It is not as cut and dried as well, I go in the afternoon, I fill up the tank with whatever's in the bulk tank, and I get out there and I go have at it, and I got to get my 25 yards done on the day, and then I go home, and that's the end of it. It's not. It's a bit more complex than that. And then this, and I'll tell you right now that North Carolina fines are not very high. Typically we see
No, they're
fines a
not.
lot higher than this. And what would be interesting to see though is how many of these people lost either their certification or license in being able to continue to make applications? Was it denied for 6 months? a year, 6 years. We're only talking about monetary issues here, but what we don't see is how long these people are inhibited from being able to make money the way they know how to make money. And that is equally as damaging as being stuck with a $3,200 fine for dumping rinsate into a storm drain, right?
Right. Well, Matt, I told you about my one conversation with a Hawaii Department of Agriculture agent regarding something like that. And what he told me was just frightening because what he told me is, nah, we usually don't go after somebody's certification. We don't. It'll take a lot for us to do that. What he did say, though, is you're probably not going to be in business anyway because the EPA fine and settlement is probably going to put you out of business.
So I can tell you in Georgia,
Mhm.
that was exactly what was hung over my head was my certification and license in the state. So
Mhm.
again, a lot of this comes down to the state level, even down to the county level, because you're in a different county than we saw earlier, where someone was applying a pesticide only labeled for agricultural use. This is a Spring Green Lawn Care, very large franchise, multi-hundred million dollar company with branches all
Mhm.
over the United States. The other one was a $800 fine. Now we've got a $1,200 fine, right? The only difference is same state, but different county, different inspector. And now, who knows how it's going to happen? Who knows when you're going to get caught? And the point is that when you do get caught, how are you going to handle the consequences of it? Or is it just simpler to model your business around not worrying about these things? When you go to sleep at night, it's one less thing you have to panic about because you've got a whole bunch of Ultraset on your truck and you feel like invincible with it, right? So, anyway,
Mhm.
I think this should be a something that brings everyone to their senses and is a stark reminder of the reality of what we do and the responsibility that we carry within this industry.
Well said, Matthew.
Sure.
Thank you for watching this clip. Be sure to tune in to the Burn and Return podcast on any of your favorite podcast apps every Wednesday, where we discuss the industry's hottest news.